barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So I've been trying to do this damn Patrick Day video, man, and I can't make it through it. So that's why it's been delayed. People say, man, I see people in the comments say, man, you gonna do a Patrick Day video? Man, I never met the dude, man. I never met the dude. I'll be honest. I was introduced to him through Jackal Fitness, you know, and I watched the interviews maybe a year ago, and I remember he was fighting in Arlington, Texas. I remember when he won the small belt. You guys, that's the picture that's floating around the Instagram. I mean, floating around social media, and that's the pictures people are using. It's just, you know, it's just been a rough week for boxing, man. And, you know, the roller coaster of emotions, you know, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. And I, you know, I find it insensitive. I find it disgusting that man loses his life, right? And all these these self-hate black men coming in my comment section, coming in my DM, coming in my email. Oh, you gonna talk about Errol Spence? I said, man, this man just, I really didn't do no videos yesterday because I didn't want to get on here and emotionally lie to y'all. You know what I mean? Like pretend to be excited about talking about a topic. You know, I just couldn't do it, you know, and I tried to do a Patrick Day video yesterday. I couldn't make it through it. And y'all, Fred always emotional. I'm emotional about everything I do in my life. You know, I'm passionate about everything I do in my life. I said nothing I do in my life is part-time. Everything I do is full-time. You understand what I'm saying? And I apologize for the glare, man. Shit. Maybe I switch sides. I'm gonna hop over to the passenger side. And you know, I think it's important that we celebrate Patrick Day. You know, I 100%, I'm all in on that. I want to make a contribution. I just heard Trill Boxing talk. I'm a wait for 78 to make a decision on that and see where we send the money. And but man just lost his life yesterday, man, and it's heart-wrenching. And you know, it just bothers me to the core. You know, never met the dude, but you guys know how I feel about black men. You know, I went to the Lauryn Hill concert last night, and she mentioned Fred Hampton's name, and it pains me that y'all don't know who Fred Hampton is. You know, and and I draw the parallel to Patrick Day. Next year, people are not gonna know who many people, and I don't say this in a negative way because he wasn't a big time fighter, a big time world champion, that people are not gonna know who Patrick Day was or is. You know, to his family, he's still alive spiritually, you know. And you know, it's you know, I'm the guy that still cries over Nipsey Hussle. Malcolm, you guys know I celebrate Malcolm X's birthday every year. I still get emotional about that. I still randomly go upstairs and hug my son and just cry just because. You know what I mean? I just think that you should just give everything 100%. You know, and it's like sick to my stomach, you know, that a black man lost his life. And I think there's a level of insensitivity in the sport of boxing, and there's a high level of self-hate among us. Um, you know, I don't have a desire to personally talk to the Day family, but I want to support them. I don't know how to do it right now. I literally don't know. If anyone can email me, DM me, call me, text me as to how we do it. I know Blue Blood said he knew him since he was 12 years old. I'm going to lean on Blue, but I know he's in covering the champ. And make sure you guys go watch his exclusive stuff. And he's the only one there covering it. And hopefully I can get down there in the next couple of weeks, you know. Man, and but man, the kid lost his life in the ring, and it hurts more when it's a black man. I know 2 fighters lost their lives in July, and that bothered me as well, you know. But when it's us, I think the respect should be there. You know, I didn't like the comments I got yesterday. You know, I wanted to lash out. You know, I wanted to do a video and I was like, man, what's the point, man? You know, because the reason why I'm gonna just make this video full circle and bring it back to Patrick Day. The reason why black fighters should trust black media is because they should, we should do it with a higher level of moral compass, you know, and I strive for that, you know. And people are gonna say, but you said this about Bud Crawford. I've never disrespected Bud Crawford. I've only told the truth from a business perspective and his resume. You know, and I think it's just incredibly important. Like, people just don't jump the gun and just tell the stories. Listen, I learned in a newspaper day and age that if you're going to report the same thing other people are reporting, why are you reporting it? I told you guys this story a long time ago. Kobe Bryant was the leading candidate for MVP for 10 years straight, right? And my editor says, why would I do a story on Kobe Bryant? He said, Blake Griffin's going to win the NBA MVP. And I says, no, he ain't. He says, Fred. And I understood what he meant. I've told you guys this story before if you've been following me for some time. You know, you're just going to regurgitate what the article said. You know what I mean? In my humble opinion, let the man breathe. You know, let him come out with his comment, and then you move forward from there. You know, same thing. Every black man will tell you, if I have your phone number, I will call you. Same thing. I'll use example. Kenny Porter will tell you. You know, besides all the bullshit, the back and forth we go through. Hey, is this true? You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder will tell you, hey, is this true? If you need me, call me. You know what I mean? Like, I am inherently that way. You know, and people are going to say, what about Bud Crawford? Listen. I'm just going to keep it real. Once every 2 or 3 months in the past year, I've gotten stuff on Terrence Bud Crawford I would never, ever release. Never. Videos, text messages, screenshots. I'm being dead ass honest. And I wouldn't, that's not who I am as a person. You know what I mean? I've told you guys, I'm not going to make that point in this video, but I think it's just incredibly important that we have some type of decorum, you know? And stop feeling obligated or feeling easy when it's a black man. See, it's so easy for us to say, hey, why did the black man did this? It's so easy to report what the black man did. It's so easy. Trill Boxing Talk say, why don't you talk about the Sergey Kovalev stuff? Conor McGregor just punched a 50-something-year-old man. But what happened in Carissa Shields takes precedent. Conor McGregor is a bigger athlete than Carissa Shields. Why aren't you doing 30, 40 videos about that? It was same old man. Right? Yeah, but he was 69. He was 70. He ended up being 68, right? But they were saying 71-year-old man was hit. Conor McGregor just punched a 71-year-old man over some alcohol. Right? So he didn't like his drink or something? I don't know. And so that's where I stand on it. You can like it, love it, hate it. I don't work for y'all. This channel doesn't work for y'all. I make every decision on this platform. And I'm going to give Errol that credence. I love him as a man. Like, we are ancestral related. We are ancestral related. You know, I don't know if that's a word, but it makes sense right now in this monologue I'm giving. Same way I feel about Patrick Day. I was crying before I did this, Patrick. Before I did this, I just couldn't make it. I was trying to, you know what I mean? Like, it's just really hard, you know, to intake and outtake emotions and like the universe and the people that you expect to have some type of compassion. You know what I mean? To, you know, like, you know, the realities. The realities are the realities, man. I'm not mad at people for speaking up like on the Errol Spence, but I say this: if you're gonna do a video on Errol Spence, you need to do 2 videos on Sergey Kovalev. You need to do at least 3 videos on Sergey Kovalev. The reason why is because if you do a video on Errol Spence, he's still gonna give you an interview. When was the last time you interviewed Sergey Kovalev? He gonna pretend he don't speak English. You're not gonna get invited. But Errol Spence is he's gonna face the music eventually, probably when he's physically healthy and he's physically able to be on camera and stuff. I don't know what he looks like. You know what I mean? I haven't spoken to Errol, you know what I mean? And but it's too easy to do. I guarantee you all these channels are going to do 3 and 4 videos on Errol Spence. I guarantee you today. Newspaper articles, Instagram posts, because it's popping, because it's easy to destroy a black. It's so easy to do it, yo. It's so easy to do it. And you know how people going to summarize this video and say, "Oh, you're just afraid." I'm not afraid of no man. Y'all know that by now. The same love and respect I had for Adrian Broner, privately, Adrian Broner will share all the stories I told you. It took me years to come online and talk about Adrian Broner, man. I don't know how long it took. Adrian Broner, tell you how many private conversations I had with him. You know? But I tell you, at the end of the day, if you look at Adrian Broner's eyes, he respects the shit out of me. Because I ain't no 2-cent nigga. You know what I mean? You ain't going to pay for my lunch and control the rest of my life. Niggas walk in the media room and see a buffet. They get it. I've arrived. That shit don't make me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the end of be all is, I just think that, yes, you should be journalism, right? Journalist, but if I see an Errol Spence video on your page, you should have 3 Sergey Kovalev. He punched a woman in the face, kicked a dog, stalked her, paid her off. You know what I mean? And then he goes on an airplane and verbally, we'll just use the word assaulted a woman. I haven't seen no videos on that. I haven't seen no articles on that. I haven't seen no Instagram posts on that. Errol Spence is easy. You know what I mean? Who's the nigga we getting this week? You know what I mean? You know, and it all comes back full fold to Patrick Day. You know? You know, I'm a one-man business, so I have a level of sensitivities that I have to cathartically navigate myself through. You know, like I don't have assistants. So The same way I didn't do videos yesterday is the same way it's hard for me to do videos today. Like even last week, my workload went down 2,000% when Earl got in the car. I just, I just sat and I prayed all fucking day for him. All day. And then Sunday morning, I'm praying for Patrick Day all damn day. When I'm like, man, I hope he pulls through. I hope he pulls through all day long. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and honestly, for real, I've just had these range of emotions this last week, just as a black man, like, and what I think of is the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Like, and I don't know what God you believe in. I'm not gun-ho Christian or anything like that. And I do believe in a higher power, but I just, it's honestly been hard on me. It's honestly been hard on me. And I've only interviewed Errol. I've never had dinner with Errol, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You know what I mean? I don't aspire to be these guys' best friends or, you know what I mean? And so that's just the reality of it. And, it's just a range of emotions. The same way I protected Tank Davis. Yeah, I remember them videos where I protected Tank Davis. It's the same way I'm going to protect Earl. It's the same way I'm going to protect Patrick Day's legacy. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same way I am currently protecting Terrence Crawford. If y'all would, yeah, man, I mean, for real. And I'm sure other people has gotten those emails and all that shit. I just refuse to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm not making up stories or, you know what I mean? But I just think that in this space right now, for real, in this space right now, do your job. But do it with the utmost integrity, because there's an energy floating around this this blogger sphere right now, where it's we're gonna have this fake love for black people and accountability and equality and keeping it real, calling it down the middle. I'm gonna just keep it real. Keep it real with everybody else. Keep it real. Oscar, I didn't see no videos on Oscar De La Hoya. He being sued. He's going to court. You know what I mean? Sergey Kovalev. Kathy Duver has an all-woman staff, and yet she promotes Sergey Kovalev. I haven't seen these videos. This is all in the 7-day span, 14-day span, news cycle. It's just how I feel about the situation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just, but I want to be my authentic self. Y'all have every right to respond how y'all want to respond. But if you're going to call it down the middle, you're going to call it real, you're going to say, I'm keeping it real. Well, keep it real with everybody and everything else. Hold them to the same standards you're holding Errol Spence and Patrick Day to. And, oh, this is, you know what I mean? Patrick Day, rest easy, man. I wish I had a chance to meet you, man. I met you through Jackal Fitness. Jackal Fitness AWD. That's their YouTube channel. And I remember he was interviewing him in the gym a while back. I remember him having a fight in Arlington, if I'm not mistaken. And he won, if I'm not mistaken, in Arlington. So that was my, and that's been about 9 months, a year ago. So it's been fairly recent. I'll say that. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I was a Patrick Day fan. I knew him, didn't know him. I knew he was promoted by Lou DiBella, but when anything happens to a black man, it bothers me. Like Nipsey, I only met the guy for 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes at the bank. Had a 2-minute conversation with the man, Never met Malcolm X, never met Fred Hampton. I'm never going to meet a lot of you guys. But when I hear you pass, I'm going to cry. It's going to emotionally affect me. And it's just the reality of it. You know, if I don't see you for a week in my chat, y'all see me on my live. If I don't see you in a couple of days on my chat, I'm like, what's wrong? You know, where you been? How you been? You know, like, I haven't seen you in a while. You know, we're a community, dog. And I think right now this community needs to do two things. Keep on praying. And if you can help and contribute to Patrick Day, I don't know how to do it right now. I don't know what's the financial circumstances, what's the situation. But keep on praying. You know what I mean? And that's just how I feel about the situation. You know, like, at the end of the day, I love my brothers. You know what I mean? Tough love is tough love. Like it, love it, or hate it. You know what I mean? If this happened to Sean Porter, I would have been the first person to call Kitty Porter. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, do you need me for anything? Like, at the end of the day, man, I mean, ancestral love trumps everything. Well, man, it's just what I believe, you know? Some of y'all not going to understand me and not believe it. Well, Fred, why you do this? Why you do that? Anyhow, man, I'm human as well. I'm not perfect. I don't bat 1,000. If I bat 1,000, I'll be sitting at the right hand of God. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes. But my intentions are good. So, man, keep on playing for Patrick Day. I went everywhere on this video. But I'm sitting here waiting to get trained. I don't really feel like training. I'm just going to cancel my training appointment, man. I just, you know what I mean? I'm just emotionally spent. You know, listening to Lauryn Hill last night, because she speaks before all her songs, and it was inspiring to listen to her speak. People are offended when you stand on your square, when you stand in your purpose on your square. People are offended because you're insulting their lives. People are offended because they realize they have no power and or can't affect or effect you. That's powerful, man. And she said something that was so cool. She said, they called me crazy because I wanted to defeat the system. But my first album was all about defeating the system and loving one another. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, you know? And she mentioned Fred Hampton's name, and that shit threw me in a loop, man, because I don't talk about him as much on this channel as Malcolm X. But, you know, y'all know me, man. I was a history major, man. And I'm addicted to bios. Like, I'm addicted to consuming information. I thank God for YouTube now and Wikipedia and people doing people who are experts on this subject. I can go and watch their videos and watch these fan-made autobiographies, and you know what I mean. And but like Fred Hampton's name, I don't want Patrick Day's name not to move on. You know, I want it to flourish. You know, it's just how I feel, man. You know what I mean? I'm not the best black man in the world. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't speak for every black man. I don't even want to portray that message. This is a one-of-one experience, because people always say, you know, I get comments like that all the time. Y'all read the comment section. You fake Negro, you know what I mean? You got mixed kids, and all this shit. I only can speak for myself. To some of you, you guys will never ever like me, and I'm comfortable. See, the beautiful thing about reality is I'm comfortable with the reality. I'm comfortable with you not liking me. I'm comfortable with me standing right before you and you not liking me. I don't feel uncomfortable when people don't like me. I don't get small and be like, well, nah. I don't care if you're 6'7", 250 pounds and can whoop my ass every day and twice on Sunday. I'm comfortable with that. I'm just not for you. And it's okay. I'll see you in heaven wherever that is. I'll see you in the afterlife. I'll see you in reincarnation. I don't know, man. I don't know. But while I'm here, I'm not going to attempt. I'm not going to try. I will be the best version of myself. If I die and my name isn't mentioned with Fred Hamptons, the Patrick Days, the Malcolm X, the Nipsey Hussles, I failed. That's just how I feel inherently. Inherently. You know, so anyhow, man, Patrick Day, man. Man, we love you, man. I want to find out how we can contribute. Errol get better. And that's what we're gonna do. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. My day is done, man. I'm so done. We going live tonight. 9 p.m. PST. Maybe I'll feel better about it. If not, y'all carry me. You know, we gonna make it through. And I don't want to talk about Patrick Day live, okay? I don't want to go through these emotions. I really, really don't. Okay? So if you can help me, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, do you. If because I know people, because I know these live platforms is an outlet for us. You know what I mean? So I strike that comment because I don't know how you feel. I've gotten a lot of emails about Patrick Day, and I tried to do videos. Yeah, I just couldn't do it, man. I posted the picture because I couldn't do a video, you know? And, but keep that same black energy up, down, left, right, east to west, man. Barbershop conversation. I love y'all. And be the best version of yourself, man. Make sure your name is mentioned with the Malcolms, the Patrick Days, the Nipsey Hussles, the Fred Hamptons, the Nipsey Hussles, and the Malcolm X's. And I'm repeating myself. And, you know, barbershop conversation. Man, I love y'all. I love y'all inherently. And I'll see y'all guys 9 p.m. PST tonight. Talk to you guys soon, please.